his own boat from Alton, Illinois, Spencer, Iowa, to assist in the rescues. He pulled nearly 30 people onto his boat. Some parts of Iowa got more than 15 inches of rain over the weekend. The heat wave stretched.
All righty. Yeah, we did. Welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. How you doing, Brett?
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us on the Facebook, YouTube, and X. And it's I love days like today because it's going to be cool. It's going to be okay to be outside. I can wear my favorite sweatshirt. Although yesterday I was wearing this. What are you doing there?
Oh,
why are you turning that on?
I didn't mean to. Forget it.
Oh boy. Brett Witkowski over here, the technology genius, has turned on the thing. We'll be back with local news in just a minute, but you had a good weekend?
Good weekend. You?
Are you just looking at yourself? Were you trying to see how you look on the camera?
I was trying to go
Come on, be honest. Huh?
I was dealing with the email at work.
Yeah, but that was our video live stream that you turned on.
Well, that popped up. I'm trying to deal with the email at work right now.
Oh, okay. Everything okay at work?
Yeah, it'll wait.
Good, because we got a lot to do. Tigers beat the White Sox last night. Boy, they drummed them 11-2.
Well, it's the White Sox.
They took but they only took 2 out of 3 in the series.
Come on, it's the White Sox.
They took 2 out of 3 in the series. Today's game is against the Phillies at Comerica Park. First pitch at 6:40. Where can you hear the Tigers? Right here on WSJM. So we'll be back with more of the WSJM morning show in just a moment.
Suffers. Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Lavage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage, breathe easy.
Give the star in your life the brightest gift in the world. Name a star after them. This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $59 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, you can name a star for birthdays, weddings, or even memorials. Over 45 years, we have named millions of stars for celebrities and individuals from around the world. The star you name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Visit starregistry.com or call 800-282-3333.
100,000, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
You got to wake up because we're on the video live stream now.
I am. I'm awake.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Lundberg. Alongside me today, my co-host, Brett Witkowski. And we've got the video live stream on, so if you want to see what's behind the scenes and Brett and I talking to each other about stuff, silly stuff, you can tune in Facebook, YouTube, and X. Taking a look at some of the local news that we're following for you today. It's been a year since the state of Michigan introduced the new hands-free law. And the Michigan State Police 5th District is still seeing distracted driving. So are other law enforcement agencies. MSP Public Information Officer Duane Robinson said the district continues to see people using their phones or other objects in their hands while they're driving. A few weeks ago, the Fifth Post wrote 8 to 10 citations, they said, along with giving out warnings about the law. And Robinson says they're continuing to educate people about it.
We will continue to drive home that fact. We will continue to stop violators. We will hold those accountable who need to be held accountable, and we'll keep working until we get 100% compliance. Probably won't reach that, but that is our unyielding goal.
In Berrien County, Under Sheriff Greg Sanders says they're still seeing individuals using their phones while driving, but he believes there's been a decrease. Berrien County has units that specifically look for people using their phones while driving. Sanders notes that although people are aware of the law, there still needs to be some more public education.
We're coming up on the year anniversary, and we would still like to get this information out and remind people that Michigan has gone to a hands-free driving law, one-touch application for their phone. Social media, reading, or sending text messages or emails or watching, recording, or sending videos is against the law in Michigan.
The Michigan hands-free law makes it illegal to manually use a cell phone or other mobile device while operating a vehicle on Michigan roadways. Using a cell phone while driving is a primary offense. That means you can be pulled over for it. Violators can be fined up to $100 or 16 hours of community service on a first offense, and that can increase to as much as completing a driver improvement course if the driver has 3 violations within a 3-year period. So the public service announcement is please put down your phone while you're driving, something that can kill somebody. In other news, tomorrow is the 3rd Whirlpool Foundation Day of Impact in Benton Harbor as more than 120 volunteers work to spruce up Charles Yarborough Park. Whirlpool Community Relations and Foundations Manager Stephanie Harvey Vandenberg tells us it's going to be a busy day.
We're looking to install new and updated park benches and picnic tables. We're going to be refreshing the playground equipment and painting, replacing the cell shade. We're mulching all throughout the park to beautify the park, cleaning and planting and landscaping some of the flower beds and even in the turnabout.
That's not all. Harvey Vandenberg says the Whirlpool Foundation is constructing a new facility at the park.
We're going to be installing a 53 by 40 bathroom plaza that will be built. Now, groundbreaking will take place during Day of Impact on Tuesday throughout the program. However, construction will begin in late July, early August.
A ribbon cutting will be held when the restrooms are finished. Harvey Vandenberg says the effort comes out of conversations with the community and a look at Benton Harbor's master plan. She notes with people fishing all day at Charles Yarborough Park, restrooms would make their experience much more comfortable. Whirlpool's Day of Impact last year involved improvements at June Woods Park, and the year before it was at Union Park. Harvey Vandenberg says the Days of Impact are part of Whirlpool's equity commitment to the community. And the Michigan State University Extension Office in Berrien County is planning an extended Michigan Viticulture Field Day this summer. MSU Extension Viticulture Specialist Mike Reinke tells us this will actually be 2 days of some really superb education.
We've been doing the Viticulture Field Day for about 35 years now, and this year, at the request of the growers and winemakers in the region, we decided to expand it to add a second day just for the winemakers.
Reinke says most of the grape production in Southwest Michigan is related to juice, but winemaking has really taken off in recent years, prompting winemakers to ask for more of a chance to interact and learn. He says growers and those interested in growing come to Viticulture Field Day from all over the state because when it comes to grapes, Southwest Michigan is apparently where it is at.
In Southwest Michigan, we have about 12,000 acres of grapes, and 10,000 of that is juice. So the whole state has about 14,000 acres, and 12,000 of that is down here.
Viticulture Field Day will feature a full day of education with time spent out in the field, demonstrations, and exhibitor show. Attendees will learn about things like new equipment, soil health, and more. The event will be held July 31st at the Southwest Michigan Research and Extension Center outside of Benton Harbor, and on August 1 at Lake Michigan College's Welch Center. Tickets available now. We have a link for more information at our website, WSJM.com. Maybe Grape Ape will be there.
Oh, you remember Grape Ape?
I remember
The
Grape Ape.
cartoon?
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely.
I know they have winemaking.
Grape Ape, Grape Ape.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. But do they have wine drinking at the same time?
I mean,
that
you
would be
can't
fun.
have a viticulture event without wine drinking,
Well,
can you?
exactly. Well, no, that's what
It's
they
like the
talk
best
about-
occupation in the world.
Man, I would love. No, I wouldn't. I
Any-
would.
anyway, as our own Grape Ape thinks about that. Brett-
I remember. That's how I got hooked on the grape knee high.
Oh, really?
Was through Grape Ape.
I still want to. We're going to explore what's in the grape knee high. We've got a lot more
No clue.
coming up in the WSJM morning show.
Major League Baseball on Sunday. Colt Keith and Akil Baddoo homered in a 5-run
I can't
first
believe
for the
next
Tigers.
week's July 4th.
And Riley
already.
Greenhay.
Let's do that. Do that.
That's crazy.
What? The July 4th is already coming up?
Yeah.
It is.
So what do you got going? What big surprise you had July 4th?
Well, you know,
Yeah, come on. You didn't say anything on that Friday before you got married, so something would be up.
Ingredients. You're sore about that. No, we had a good time. We had a good time.
Mike and I are still waiting for our invite. Will he be back on Friday?
Yeah. Mike Weibel will be back on Friday. I think we've got him for 1 or 2 more Fridays. I'll have to take a look at the schedule. All right. So the grape. Oh my goodness, this doesn't look. Does your grape knee high have vodka in it?
No, but
okay. This
maybe
is a
that's
different.
why I liked it. As
This is a different recipe.
That's a great knee.
Let's look at another one. Oh,
I don't think they make. I think knee high is out of business.
NEHI grape knee high. No, you can still buy it.
Can you?
Yeah. Soda Pop Stop. Right there online. Galco's Soda Pop Stop. Grape knee high, $3.25 per bottle.
Oof.
That's a little expensive.
Yeah.
There's a
I
low
told you
carb.
I sold an aluminum bat for 13 grape knee highs.
Here's another grape knee high with gin in it.
No, that wasn't that.
Okay, let's grape knee high ingredients.
It wasn't.
Non.
It had non. It did not have any grapes in it.
No grapes.
No.
Oh, that's then it was just a knee high. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
All I know is
Go ahead.
I liked it as a kid and still do when I can find it.
Yeah, all the grape knee high recipes I'm finding have alcohol in them.
No,
That must be why you like it.
Nope. I was a kid.
Oh dear Lord. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff. It is the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for listening. And we've got more coming up. Basically, I just want to cover some of the weird news that we had over the weekend. Did you hear about the shark attack in Hawaii?
Nope.
We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But
not in New Smyrna, Florida?
No, usually you see the shark attacks happening in Florida. But you find another one, or is that just the usual?
The South Bend Cubs schedule.
Oh, are they going? Are they playing New Smyrna?
No, we're going down there July 2nd.
Who is?
Amy and I and our 2 daughters and our husbands are coming in.
Oh, you guys are going down.
Yeah, everybody's. No, to South Bend.
Oh, South Bend.
They got.
I'm confused.
We're going. Well, you started talking about sharks, and I said, "Well,
yes.
Usually they happen in Florida."
Yes.
And then you said, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "South Bend Cubs website."
Oh, okay.
They have fireworks on July 2nd, so we're going down there.
Let's see. Good morning, Bill.
You can get great seats. $17.
Oh, Bill says we have an echo. Why do we have an echo? Is that just you?
Probably.
Let's see.
I think we need to hire Bill as our tech guy. He's on top of it.
All right, Bill. Is that better? All right, we're going to come back and make sure that that's good. We'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Mostly sunny skies today. Beautiful forecast for the Monday. We are looking at 82 this afternoon for the high temperature inland. With winds out of the northwest at the beaches, we will stay in the 70s. Then overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a chance of thunderstorms by tomorrow morning, but we'll stay in the 60s overnight. And then a hot, humid day for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 80s. A meteorologist, Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
And thanks for joining us on your Monday morning. 65 degrees outside. Going to be a beautiful day, as Carrie just mentioned. Ken Lundberg here, along with my friend Brett Witkowski.
So I'm a friend this week, huh?
You're a friend every week.
Last week, Mike and I were a little, 2 weeks ago, but that's okay.
Yeah, see, it's been over a week now.
And so we'll forget about it.
It's been over a week. We'll talk about that later. But I did want to talk about some of the weather. We saw that there was a flood watch actually issued over the weekend for Fairplain.
I saw,
because,
you told me that.
Yeah, because of the rain that we had Saturday night. Did you stay up for any of the storms? They keep you up?
It woke me up one time, but no.
Was that when the rain was hitting so hard it sounded like hail? That's when it woke me up.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, so our house we're getting it re-sided and re-guttered.
Oh, okay.
New gutters put on next month.
All right.
And the wind came by sometime in the winter and ripped off a section of the gutter. So when it pours, it makes a lot of racket.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm glad you're getting that taken care of.
We are.
The wind was very strong in Wisconsin over the weekend. If you didn't see this, the National Weather Service has confirmed at least 4 tornadoes as part of Saturday night's severe weather. And they're doing some cleanup there now. They were still out assessing damage yesterday. They said an EF1 tornado with a peak wind of 105 miles per hour hit Delavan in Walworth County.
105?
105 miles per hour at 8:22 Saturday night. That's the worst thing that I worry about are tornadoes that happen after bedtime. So if it gets later or if it's overnight, because who's going to wake up for that?
Right. When it's until it's too late.
Until it's too late. They say another EF1 rated tornado with an estimated 105 miles per hour developed south of Marshall and Dane County. According to the National Weather Service, the tornado lifted south of Waterloo with a path length of 4.6 miles.
Wow.
So it stayed on the ground for 4.5 miles.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. But wacky weather. At least it's going to be a gorgeous weather day for us. 82 degrees is expected to be the high. Beautiful weather always in Hawaii. And typically you don't have a lot to worry about when you're there, other than maybe the occasional shark attack. And unfortunately, one took the life of a famous surfer and a professional lifeguard. He was attacked by a shark while surfing off the island of Oahu in Hawaii yesterday afternoon. City and County of Honolulu ocean safety lifeguard Tamayo Perry, he was 49 years old, died in the attack near Goat Island. In the Honolulu Emergency Services Department said. They also said that the rescue departments responded to the beach on Oahu's North Shore just after 1 p.m. after a caller reported seeing a man who appeared to have suffered multiple shark bites. Lifeguards brought Perry to shore by jet ski. Paramedics assisted with the incident, but unfortunately he was pronounced dead at the scene. Perry, who worked as a lifeguard on North Shore, began his career with the Ocean Safety Department back in 2016. He was also just a very famous and well-liked surfer. He had appeared in several Hollywood films as a surfer, probably an extra for the most part, but he was well known on the North Shore. But a rare shark attack, they call it a tragic loss.
Wow. And my daughter and son-in-law just got back from Hawaii from their honeymoon.
Oh, that's nice. How did they do? No shark attacks, thank
nope,
goodness.
They enjoyed it. And actually, one of my players was out there. Her uncle's retiring from the Navy at Pearl Harbor.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You've never been, right?
No.
To Hawaii?
No.
You should go at some point.
I would like to,
yeah.
But that's just one place Amy does not want to go.
Huh. Any particular reason why? Is it the volcanoes?
No, I just doesn't have a desire.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough.
Just like I don't have a desire to go to Idaho.
What's wrong with Idaho?
Nothing. I just don't have a desire.
You don't have a desire. Have you seen Idaho? I used to live in Idaho.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Where have you not lived?
Everywhere else.
Okay.
No. Washington, Idaho, Washington, D.C., Michigan.
That's it. Huh?
That's born in California. Yeah. That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's a lot.
No, Idaho is a very nice place.
Oh, it's probably beautiful, growing like crazy.
Yeah, a lot of potatoes out there.
That's good. I like potatoes.
Like the potato capital of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, you're right. The population has grown a lot in recent years, and driving up, as in most cases, it does happen. Driving up price of housing and price of everything else. But no, when I was there, it was just a nice little country town.
You see that movement from the east?
Homedale was the name of the town. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Have you seen where there's that movement? The people who live on the east side of Oregon want to be annexed.
Into Idaho.
They call it the Greater Idaho Project.
Yeah, they've had that for a long time.
Have they?
I don't think they'll make much headway there.
Never know.
Well, I mean, if the past is any guidance.
No.
Yeah. So, all right. What else? What else you have?
That's all I got.
That's all you have.
I'm just here for the ride.
All right. Well, we'll continue riding. It's the WSJM Morning Show. It's happening right here on WSJM. If you miss the live stream broadcast, you can always go check it out on Facebook later on in the day. Just type in WSJM and look for our video broadcast. One other thing I did want to make sure that you're aware of is we have our afternoon news here on WSJM with Andrew Green. It starts at 5 o'clock. And if you want to get the full newscast, you can tune into our podcast. Just go to WSJM.com, click on podcasts, and see all that we have to offer there. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Loan rates are trending downward. Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis Bank's expert hometown lenders will guide you through the process and take the time to make sure you're ready to be.
All right, so we've got the Bloomberg Market Minute that's coming up in a while. But in the meantime, I know we've talked about that before, but Hawaii really is nice. I mean,
I believe it. It's gorgeous.
Same weather forecast basically every day of the week.
and it doesn't get too hot. It doesn't get too cold. It's just nice. You wear a Hawaiian shirt, shorts, flip flops out there. That's it.
One of the few states that continues to get bigger.
Yes, absolutely. It keeps growing because of the lava flows. What are you looking at there? Still got.
Let's check my.
You just addicted to your.
No,
don't show it
check
up
my
on the
emails.
thing.
Huh?
People are going to look at it on the camera.
Oh, well, I can look at my email. Do I need a new phone screen or what?
Is it still broken? Oh, I can't see it that far.
Oh, it's broke.
Oh, good. All right. What do you got planned for the week? Oh, you were responding to email.
Yeah.
You got to be on this show.
I
this
am,
show.
but I got to take care of both things.
Oh, boy.
I keep everybody happy.
There is.
Got softball tonight over here at Karandi Park.
Oh.
St. Joe Township.
I like that park.
It's a very nice park. St. Joe Township does a really good job maintaining it. They've made some big improvements in the last few years.
I would request that they build some more fishing access there.
Well, you're the newsman.
No, you have contacts already.
Who covers them for you?
Well, I mean, whoever needs to. I mean, the last time Karande Park was in the news was when there was that unfortunate incident of the man in the truck who crashed into the house. It was near there. But no, down there, my son and I have gone down there fishing, and I'm pretty sure we got a bite. Not sure what bit the line. Could have been underwater debris, but and we also see the fishing boats going back and forth a lot. So
it's a very St. Joe, like I said, the township I think does a very nice job maintaining that.
Yeah,
they've spent some good amount of money in the last few years upgrading that park.
Well, even this earlier this season, I saw some construction going on there. They were tearing up a bunch of the asphalt. Looked like they were probably putting down new pickleball courts. I don't know though.
That's a big deal now.
It is a big deal. Have you played yet?
I have played pickleball. I like
have you?
It. Yeah, I really like it.
Do you own a pickleball racket?
No, but I need to get.
So
one.
you're not serious.
You know, Chuck Height, he built his own pickleball court.
Did he really?
At his house, yeah.
Oh, jeez. I mean,
he transitioned from basketball to that.
That's what I like about the idea of pickleball is it's so much more accessible because smaller court, faster game, and you just use the mallets or whatever those things are. The noise they make is a little annoying.
Yeah, there was like some study done on the noise.
Oh yeah, it hurts your ears, hurts your hearing.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Helps your heart.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean it's one or the other, right?
Right. You know, you go by St. Joe High School in the mornings; those courts are packed with pickleball.
We saw it this weekend.
Yeah.
Or at some point when we drove by, they had the pickleball courts that were designated already were totally filled.
Yeah.
And they had a ton of gear laying around. So.
And then out Lincoln Township has done a great job too. The last time I was out there, I had at least 2 pickleball courts, and there was always a waiting list, you know, to get onto it. But you know, it's a great sport, especially for us who are aging. You know, just the run on a tennis. Because I like playing tennis. I love playing tennis.
Yeah, tennis is fun.
But it's, you know, you get to the stage where it's just too much running.
Speaking of tennis, one of the things I have to figure out, I just picked up on this yesterday. One of the boys was telling me they got a phone call while I was talking to them, and the phone call was from one of their brothers, and their brother was asking to borrow some cash because he needed to be covered because he had to pay for his racket to be restrung. It's a brand new racket. I wonder why it needs to be restrung. I don't know.
Did he
toss it? I have lots of questions.
And
because I didn't hear about this until somebody was asking to borrow money.
And
it wasn't from me.
And you're probably really never going to really hear about it.
Oh, I'm going to hear about it.
Well, you'll ask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't
I'll get
ask,
the real story.
Then that could, well, he probably slammed it.
With 3 boys, he better not have. With 3 boys, one of them was always going to talk. One of them will talk. And they all talk to each other. So,
well, that's what brothers are. It's meant to keep dad out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, you got to let the brothers handle the brothers.
No, because I want to know what they were doing that broke the racket. Why did the brand new racket need restringing?
Who bought the racket?
The boy did. Yeah.
Well, then why do you care?
Because I want to know.
Okay.
I mean, if they're out there on the court slamming it around, don't do that until you're as good as, you know, I don't know. Who's a good player these days?
You know, I don't follow tennis. I used to love watching Wimbledon.
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
Because it was always right around July 4th.
Because you like the strawberries and cream.
Well, it's like John McEnroe.
He was fun to watch.
He had a temper, though.
Yeah.
And
Andre
then,
Agassi.
Yeah,
He was
who
a lot
was
of fun to watch, too.
but who was McEnroe's rival?
Connors, wasn't it?
No, it was after him.
Oh.
The Swedish guy, I believe.
Oh, Bjorn Borg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could play.
All right. We'll come back with more. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We'll have local news, sports, and a whole lot more coming up.
On Target's invite-only third-party online marketplace, Target Plus. Target says it also plans to bring products from some of Shopify's sellers into its physical stores. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
And it's cool, 65 degrees outside today. It's going to be beautiful weather today. If you have anything you need to do outside and you don't appreciate the humidity like most of us, today's the day to do it. Some of us appreciate the humidity. Some of us like it when it's hot and humid. Brett?
It's summer. My goodness.
Well,
I like winter, too.
Well, I love winter.
This part of the year I do not like around here is like February, March, and April when it's gray and no leaves and no snow. I like snow.
Yeah, I love snow. Snow is great. They get a lot of snow in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I wanted to bring up this news story before we go to our ABC News and our local news. A Wisconsin judge today is expected to consider whether to allow people with disabilities to vote electronically from home this fall. Disability Rights Wisconsin, the League of Women's Voters, and For Disabled People filed a lawsuit last April demanding disabled people be allowed to cast absentee ballots electronically from home. They've asked Dane County Circuit Court Judge Everett Mitchell to issue a temporary injunction before the lawsuit is resolved, granting the accommodation in the state's August 13 primary and the November presidential election. So there's now a hearing scheduled for today on that injunction. Questions over who can cast absentee ballots and where they can do it have become a political flashpoint in Wisconsin, where 4 of the past 6 presidential elections have been decided by less than a percentage point. So if you think about electronic voting, where do you come down on this?
Me, no. I mean, because I think
electronic voting, even if you're disabled. Can't make it to the polls.
They can do absentee. Well, then, and I'm not disabled, so I'm not in their shoes. But what would stop then for you or me saying, "Well, I'm out of town at work. I want to vote electronically"?
Yeah, it's a great question. Any eligible voter can vote by paper absentee ballot in Wisconsin. Democrats have pushed to make the process easier over the last several years, while Republicans have been trying to put limitations in place. The state Supreme Court is considering whether to overturn a ruling banning absentee ballot drop boxes that was issued by a previous conservative-leaning court. Those suing for the right to cast an electronic absentee ballot include a number of citizens who are blind, one who has cerebral palsy, and one who has spinal muscular atrophy. They argue many people with disabilities can't cast paper ballots without assistance, violating their right to protect the secrecy of their votes. They say allowing electronic accessibility devices in their homes would allow them to cast a ballot unassisted. So that's the case they're trying to make. They also point out that military and overseas voters are permitted to cast absentee ballots electronically in Wisconsin elections. They say people with disabilities must be afforded the same opportunity under the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Federal Rehabilitation Act, which prohibits all organizations that receive financial assistance from discriminating on the basis of disability. So those are the arguments that the Wisconsin judge will be considering today on just putting in place the injunction that would settle the matter, at least for this election cycle, not for the overall. But I mean, they make a point.
Well,
I don't like
military.
sharing, my ballot information. Do you?
No, but if I guess I'm struggling if you can't fill out an absentee, how can you do it electronically? But I'm not disabled and I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think their point is with the paper ballot, they need someone's assistance. Maybe it's for putting it in the envelope or sealing it up or that kind of thing, where they say, I have devices that allow me to surf the internet and I can do all that stuff without assistance. So That's probably what they're asking for. But in this modern day of technology, what's the hesitation? Why not?
Well, you just had articles earlier today about people
Cyber scams.
I mean, the more it goes that direction, the bigger the risk.
We'll talk more about that. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Relentless heat bearing down on much of the country. 15 inches of rain in some parts of.
All right, what'd you say there? Sorry, I had to cut you off for the
Musk
ABC
could
News.
Go back. He said
Elon?
Elon. He said go back to paper ballots.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, we'll have to look that up. All right, we've got local news coming up in just a moment. It's WSJM Morning Show.
Since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
The anniversary comes more than a week after the Supreme Court rejected a challenge to mifepristone, keeping the abortion drug available for women to use under current FDA guidelines.
We are looking at the fact that 2/3 of women of reproductive age in America live in a state with a Trump abortion ban. This ruling is not going to change that.
Anti-abortion rights groups remaining hopeful after that decision.
ABC's Perry Russum, the Supreme Court this week could rule about emergency access to abortion if the woman's health is in danger. This is ABC News.
And thanks for joining us. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We're here to talk a little bit more about local news in just a moment. The forecast for today, we are looking at a beautiful one, as Carrie Peugeot from WSPT has told us it's going to be mostly sunny and warm today, a high around 82, just light winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, warm, and humid. Some thunderstorms are possible as the humidity moves back in, but that should be sometime after midnight, a low overnight around 67. And the forecast tomorrow, partly sunny, hot and humid, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high around 92. Then we cool back off a little bit Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, looking at a high probably in the lower 80s.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And from the WSJM Newsroom, some of the local stories that we're following for you today. An update to a story WSJM first brought you on Friday. The suspect in a triple stabbing in Cass County has been arrested and taken into custody. Cass County Sheriff Richard Benke reports that late Friday evening, a resident in the Spring Lake Road area in St. Joseph County received a tip from a homeowner who said someone resembling the suspect was in their driveway. Multiple law enforcement agencies responded and arrested 28-year-old John Henry Coons of Dowagiac. The initial call came Thursday night when deputies responded to a home in the 32,000 block of School Street in Silver Creek Township on the report of a stabbing. They arrived to find 3 victims with multiple stab wounds from one attacker, later identified as Coons. 2 of the 3 were transported for treatment for their wounds. 2 remain in the hospital at this time. No word on the motive for the alleged crime. If you've noticed a lot of dead gulls in the roadway along Napier Avenue and Pipestone Road in Benton Township over the past week, you're not alone, and the Michigan Department of Natural Resources is investigating. We reached out to the Berrien County Health Office to find out more about that. We'll tell you what they found at 8 o'clock this morning. And if you were out by Tiscornia Beach this weekend, especially on Saturday, you saw the reenactment of the 80th commemoration of the D-Day invasion. That happened at Tiscornia. Commemorating the 80th anniversary was the group Lest We Forget. They turned out hundreds of volunteers and reenactors on Saturday. People from across the country gathered to recreate the famous invasion, featuring military boats, planes, artillery, and more. They say they're already now putting plans in place for next year. We'll tell you more about that coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We have sports coming up next after this look at state news from the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Family, friends, and colleagues describe Deputy Bradley Reckley.
Okay, back on the live stream. Brett Witkowski.
Yes, sir.
You were talking about the ballots and Elon Musk.
Yeah, he had mentioned the safest way to go back, or I think, is the paper ballots.
Looking it up to see what he said about this. Oh, dear. He says all kinds of fun things. Elon Musk, here's one headline. Elon Musk says 2024 will be the last election actually decided by U.S. citizens. What does he mean by that?
Does he mean that illegal immigrants can vote?
Oh, he's blaming an influx of illegal immigrants being allowed to vote.
Which, in my opinion, should not happen at all.
He says, well, it shouldn't, because illegal immigrants, by nature of everything.
Illegal.
Right, right. He says, given the massive influx of illegals from every country on earth, 2024 will probably be the last election actually decided by U.S. citizens, he claimed. He often uses his platform, X, to post an array of political views. That's interesting. He's an interesting character.
Well, yeah, and people agree or disagree, but he's beyond smart.
Does that mean he's not smart? He's beyond
he's
smart?
just beyond. I think
You think he's really smart?
Oh, my goodness.
His IQ is way up there.
I mean, like you had mentioned, we talked about last week. People forget he started PayPal.
Yeah, he was one of the group that did that.
And then what he's done with SpaceX is just, I think, absolutely incredible.
Oh, that's one I wanted to talk about. Let's see.
SpaceX?
Well, no. NASA has some issues with their space flight.
With theirs or with SpaceX?
No, not with SpaceX. We have the Starliner, the Boeing Starliner that's up there. And they have a lot of issues with bringing it back. Well, they had a lot of issues getting it there in the first place, if you remember. And now they are delaying the return of Starflight. I think they've got to be there up there at least 2 weeks. Let's see. Boeing and NASA announced on Friday night the mission officials are again delaying the Boeing Starliner's capsule's return to Earth from the International Space Station.
For what reason?
They've got some helium leaks. The announcement is only only the latest in a string of recent delays. Officials have pushed back Starliner's departure date several times after the vehicle experienced some issues en route to the space station. Officials did not announce a new return date, but the space agency indicated the return of Starliner's inaugural crew won't come until July.
And how long does that delay their return?
Well, 2 weeks.
Oh, delays
at least 2 weeks.
Well, I'm sure they built into the schedule in case they have to go long, but man, I've always had a lot of respect for NASA, though.
It's a big agency.
Well, yeah, and a lot of smart people there.
A lot of smart people, but I still wonder, this is the common person's perspective. If in the 1960s we were able to do the moonshot.
Correct.
And it's been how many years since then? And we're now struggling to even get a manned rocket up and down.
And we
barely got it up.
Yeah.
We might get it down. Hopefully it's safe. But it just seemed, what's the issue? What's the difference? What happened?
Quality of people and expectations, I think, from start to finish.
I worry about it. All right, so let's see what's happening on the live stream this morning. Sorry, I've got to get this configuration worked out. Bill, you drove home Saturday. You drove back home Saturday into Sunday night. You missed the beach landing, but you saw some of the bombers fly over your home. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I saw them flying around too.
I heard the helicopters. I saw one of the helicopters flying around. That was cool.
It was really cool. There was a formation of four planes at one time, which was cool.
John says, good and blessed Monday morning, everyone. Thank you, John. Hello, and a good blessed Monday morning to you. Bill also says he misses winter. He could use a big snowdrift. Bill, I agree.
I love winter. I love snowstorms as long as nobody gets hurt. But we had 2 Christmases ago.
Yeah.
Everybody came home for Christmas, and then we had that big blizzard. That was awesome.
Trying to remember.
23, I think it was, or 22. I don't remember.
Okay.
No, it had to be 22.
Yeah.
And that was just, I remember it was so bad, a lot of churches had canceled for Christmas Eve.
We've had the cold snaps recent 5-7 years where the temperature, without even considering the wind chill, has been in the negatives.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have a lot of snow with that or not a lot of snow with those minus?
A lot of snow.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Why? You just want to be totally immobilized.
No, I like driving in it too and walking in it. I love snow blowing. I love snow blowing.
I love the romantic vision you paint of that.
But it's not romantic.
However,
So slow walk in the middle of a blizzard.
My only thought of this is if and I agree, as long as everyone's on the same page that we don't go anywhere when we're in minus temperatures and there's a big snowdrift everywhere, that's fine. But if you try to get somewhere and your car breaks down, or maybe your kid's car breaks down, that's when you got to be thinking about, all right, how long can they last outside exposed to the temperatures?
I agree.
Because try getting your kid to put a jacket in the back seat or a blanket or emergency stuff.
Yeah, I put on the big winter coat and face mask and the gloves. I like going out. I'll snow blow the whole neighborhood, sidewalks and everything.
Oh, you have a snowblower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a big one.
What does it ride? Do you ride on it?
No. But it's like the 3-stage,
Oh, fantastic!
It's not like the Toros with the fan.
Okay.
So I like it. So
can you direct which way the chute goes?
Yep.
Oh.
So we get out there, I get out there and go up and down my block on Court Street and clean out the back side. And
that's nice. I had a neighbor over on Donna Drive who he has a plow on his truck and the thing that you're talking about, the snowblower, and he would do just about 5 or 6 houses, both sides of the street. It's just great.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it. And
no,
if I'm going to do the sidewalk, I'm not just going to stop in front of my house.
Yeah, but there hasn't been a lot of need for that of late, unfortunately.
Last winter, I did not use it till late. The winter before, I used it a lot.
Well, we'll hope for that.
So, no, I like doing it. You talk about the absentee ballots. So,
yeah.
I think there is one thing that I think as communities and schools do millage votes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you may have seen it with St. Joe's millage. I think you're going to see more millages have a harder time passing because I think a larger percentage of that population is doing the absentee ballots is going to vote no.
And why do you think that is?
I think for the most part, it's more of an older population doing it, and older people in general. This is not everybody,
right?
Will vote more no on millage, either renewals or increases.
There has been a trend in recent years of it being more and more difficult for bond questions. The
Correct.
school bonds have failed repeatedly. There have been some schools that have gone 2 or 3 times before either pulling it altogether or finally reducing it to the point where voters did appreciate it. I still go back to, making sure that you are connecting with the community before you're going out and talking about the bonds and what they're going to do.
Exactly.
One key example, we had Greg Eating sit in the chair across the way here from Lakeshore, and he talked about how they went out to the community and said, we talked to him. We gave him 3 options of this one, or this one. And everyone was leaning toward the least amount. And I think they even went under that.
Well, and I can tell you at the Van Buren Road Commission, we have a millage. And with ballots going out in a week or 2 at most.
All right. Early voting.
We wrapped it. Well, yeah. Absentee. We wrapped up everything we're going to do public wise.
Yeah.
Last week. Because if you wait till July, it's too late. Half the people are going to vote absentee.
Right.
And if you wait till July, it's way too late to get the information out. So we've been pushing it since end of April. And then they went to 20 or 25 board meetings with the local units, asked them to support it, plus public meetings. And so I think it's how you campaign either for an office or for a millage or a bond, totally different than it was 6 years ago.
We will be talking about some of the elections that are coming up and some of the programming that we'll offer here on WSJM in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg, aside Brett Witkowski, who joins me on Mondays and Fridays. Thanks for doing that, by the way. We appreciate you.
Just for you.
Just for me.
Yep.
Thank you. And the listeners, because it keeps them entertained. All right, we'll be back with more in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
27cash.com.
Mostly sunny skies today. Beautiful forecast for the Monday. We are looking at 82 this afternoon for the high temperature inland. With winds out of the northwest at the beaches, we will stay in the 70s. Then overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a chance of thunderstorms by tomorrow morning, but we'll stay in the 60s overnight. And then a hot, humid day for Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 80s. A meteorologist, Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Of course, the road guy wants to see cars. We're looking out the window here at the WSJM studios, and it's beautiful because we're surrounded by local trees that are just green as the day is long. And
we need bird feeder.
And Brett looks out there and he says, it'd be nice if you could clear those trees and see the road.
I said make a path.
It'd be nice if you could see the cars.
Why don't we get a bird feeder? I got a bird feeder in my office. I love it.
I would love for you to put a bird feeder out there, and I have dimensions and some specifications that we need to follow because I want to see blue jays. I want to see woodpeckers, and I want to see hummingbirds.
Well, how are you going to replace? It's pretty high up here. You got to put it on the glass. You got to get one of those.
I will give you the dimensions of a pole. No, there will be a pole.
Let's go GM variety.
The what?
GM variety. Buy the one that's
GM
variety.
GM variety, like General Motors?
No, the downtown store.
Oh, General Market. I don't know what you're talking
about. GM variety.
GM
variety.
I don't know that. I don't think I've been to this store.
Oh, you have not. You have not been to GM variety in State Street in St. Joe.
Oh, you're talking about the 5 and dime?
Yeah, it's called GM variety.
Oh, it's just the 5 and dime.
No, it's called GM variety.
I have been in there. I love that store.
But they have the bird feeders that stick to your window, and then you can just reach out and feed it.
I like those, but it does encourage the birds to fly toward your window, which I don't like when they hit it.
I have not had one hit it.
Really?
Honestly, I have not. I get a pigeon that comes to my window.
A pigeon?
A pigeon sits on that baby.
The French say those are good eating. Just a little
I'll
under
let you
glass.
handle that one.
Poultry under glass. We talked about this just a minute ago.
Are seagulls good eating?
Gulls, because we were corrected by a listener who called us dumb bunnies, by the way, for calling them seagulls when they're in Michigan, because he says, look around, there's no sea.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, the gulls. Let's talk about the gulls for a minute. We have a story, and then I want to talk about this Boeing thing. But the gulls at, if you've driven by Orchards Mall anytime in recent days, either on Napier Avenue or on Pipestone, you have seen poor little mounds of feathers that just keep getting flattened and more flattened. And it seems like to me an inexplicably large number of birds dead on the roadways around the Orchards Mall. What do you think's going on? We have an answer of some of it, at least.
Lack of food and they're sick, probably. Dehydrated.
Well, that's what was the issue, according to health officials a couple of years ago, was that they were dehydrated because there was a heat wave and lack of food or whatever. And so I drove through there. Andrew Green did the story, and we have the story. We'll talk about it at 8:00. But
we're not encouraging people to go feed them, though.
Oh, heck no.
Okay,
why would you do that?
Well, some people do.
No, you don't want to do that. Just leave them alone. And that means don't taunt them or poison them or do anything like that, too, because it's illegal. And in fact,
I hope nobody poisons them.
Yeah, in fact, the DNR is now investigating to find out why there are so many dead birds around that area. We talked with the health officials, and they think, well, we're going to check to see if it's bird flu. We don't think it's that. That's what the health officials said. But they are going to find out for certain to see what it is.
Overpopulation?
It just seems like a health hazard out there. Have you been by there recently?
No, I see the pictures every once in a while, and
we should do a new video.
Not getting any better.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we did the series of stories last year about the gulls, at see, I even catch myself. The gulls at Orchards Mall.
Isn't that their technical name?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're gulls.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I looked it up. After being called a dumb bunny, I wanted to research and figure it out. But we did a series of stories last year on the gulls, and the population this year far outweighs it.
Are you kidding?
No, not at all, because I drove around there, and number one, the smell is horrible.
Seriously.
The smell is horrible. I think you feel like you're getting sick just being around it. And then number two, the number of birds there and the number of juvenile gulls. The gulls.
See, I knew we had a juvenile problem.
Not the young people, the young gulls. And they're running around. They don't know what to do. So there's a huge population issue.
Worse than last year.
And
last year was pretty bad.
Last year was pretty bad. And since then, you've had more stores close their doors, and because I think there were just one or two left, and the post office went away. So Anyway,
I can't imagine ever getting much business.
Now we took up all our time talking about goals, but we'll be back. We'll give you the Moody on the Market update. We'll check in on this Boeing story. Also want to talk to you about some election-related programming that'll be coming up on WSJM between now and August 6th primary day. All that and more, it's coming up on the WSJM Morning Show.
This is your Shamrock Impact Update, informing you of the ways in which Berrien Springs Public Schools makes a difference through innovation and creativity in education. Berrien Springs Middle School offers a dynamic learning environment that focuses on attendance, achievement, and engagement in providing a quality education. Their curriculum features innovative programs such as Project Lead the Way and essential skill-building courses in careers and financial literacy. A key component of the educational approach is the emphasis to project-based learning. This method allows students to engage deeply with their education, applying their knowledge to real-world problems and projects. It fosters critical thinking, communication, creativity, and collaboration. Skills is
All right, random question time from Brett Witkowski. Go.
Whose voice was that on?
That was Zach
commercial?
East.
That does not sound like Zach.
Zach has like 3 different voices that he does. he does his chamber / United Way voice, which is just this kind of voice. Then he has his easy listening voice. Hey, it's Zach East.
Yeah.
Then he has his rock and roll voice, which I can't do that because it hurts my throat.
That did not sound like Zach.
Yeah, that's Zach East. He does a lot around here. He's a good guy.
Plus, he works at United Way.
He does work at United Way now. Yeah.
And how many morning show does he host?
One too many.
Does he?
A lot too many.
And is he on a lunchtime show too now?
I do not keep track of Zach's schedule, so I do not know.
Okay.
I do not know.
You should know.
We've got more coming up in just a moment. Let's see. Oh, we've got our Moody on the Market update. So we'll get to that and more. Let's see if any other comments came in. Teresa says she thinks the mall is haunted. I hope not. They've got a lot of graffiti on the outdoors now.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. Teresa calls it the 5 and Dime as well. And it's the GM variety. Yeah, I think you were just slurring your words there. Oh, we got to come back.
GM variety.
Yeah, hang on just a second.
1,000 website projects and over 20,000 maintenance tasks for their happy customers. And now excited to be serving Southwest Michigan. Call 269-925-1123 or visit stunningsitesmoreclicks.com.
Stunning sites, more clicks, web design from Websticks.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
You know what I was talking about?
No, because you were slurring your words.
I was not. It's called GM variety.
No, it's called, as you just showed us on the video live stream, you have a gift card from G ampersand M variety.
Well, but it takes
no, you're
too
like
long
GM
to-
variety. GM variety.
Yeah, GM variety.
G and M.
G and M variety.
Variety
I'm still
store.
calling it GM.
On State Street in St. Joseph. You just got your free commercial of the day.
And you can get a great window bird feeder.
It's time for your Moody on the Market update. Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. And talking today about the Moody on the Market 40 under 40. The nominations window for the Moody on the Market 40 under 40 award is now open. From June 24th, that's today, through July 14th, the community is invited to recognize and celebrate outstanding young professionals in Southwest Michigan. This year's awards are presented by the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber, Silver Beach Pizza, the Inn at Harbor Shores Insurance Management Service, and Sturgis Bank, with additional support from the Mason Jar Cafe. Now, these sponsors are dedicated to honoring the exceptional talent and contributions of emerging leaders in our region. Eligible nominees must be under the age of 40. So, Brett, you may not win.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
That boat flew a long time.
You
sailed
just
long.
missed it. They must be under the age of 40 as of June 24th, as of today, and should demonstrate significant professional achievements, leadership skills, and a commitment to community service. Additionally, nominees must live and work in Berrien, Cass, or Van Buren counties in Michigan. Previous winners of the 40 Under 40 are not eligible for nomination. The nomination process is pretty straightforward and can be completed entirely online. Just go to moodyonthemarket.com. You can get detailed information about that. So if you know somebody who's under the age of 40 as of today, then and you think they're doing a great job in our community, great job and achieving a lot as a young person, you can nominate them for Moody on the Market. We'll take a look and see if they've nominated or if they've even won before, and we'll make sure all of that is there. But all you have to do is nominate.
We had an employee win last year.
You did. You did, absolutely.
Yeah.
How are they doing this year?
They're doing even better.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay, good. So it's nice to recognize people along that. Pat Moody is one of the judges, just one of the judges, but we have several. So if you want to do that, go to moodyonthemarket.com, look for the 40 Under 40 award nomination form and put that in. Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles, and we'll be back with more. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
IMS understands that when you run a business, having someone you can lean on means something. It means you get a better night's sleep because you know you're well protected. It means you don't have to be an insurance expert. It means you can use your energy to do what you're good at, while Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners agency, focuses on protecting your present and your future.
This is Rich. It means something to us that you trust IMS as your insurance agency.
This is Tarek. We want you to know it's our privilege to be in your corner.
Contact IMS, your local auto owners agency in St. Joseph and Niles. Visit imsinsuranceagency.com. IMS, it means something.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
IMS is proud to partner with Auto Owners Insurance.
From the first one born in the USA to the tens of millions that followed, from the American highways to the NASCAR race days, Toyota Camry has been there, done that, and has the accolades to prove it. But that wasn't enough. It had to be better. Introducing the all-new 9th generation Toyota Camry. All hybrid all the time to be more efficient, yet powerful.
All right, we've got a couple more things here, and then we'll get back to the morning show. What are you saying?
Guy in the news station is pretty happy about doing that weather.
Oh. I was watching ABC 57 this weekend, and I noticed they've got a new weather person.
They do.
On the weekends. Oliver, I think his name's Oliver Moster.
Sounds good. I'm intrigued.
Just his name. It sounds good.
I'm intrigued.
No, it was interesting to see. What I really like about ABC 57 is they're willing to bring in new talent on a regular basis and give them their shot.
I watched 22 weekend weather, and they've had the same guy my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I would love to be a meteorologist. If I had to do over again, I think that's one of the occupations I would consider.
I agree. I would like doing it.
Yeah.
I like weather.
Because you're dealing with science, you're dealing with fun, because it's fun to talk about the weather.
And you know you'll be wrong.
Every now and again. It's one of the, what do they say? One of the only few occupations where you can be wrong more than half the time and still keep your job.
Yeah, and still look good. Well, Major League Baseball hitter. You know,
yeah. Well, yeah,
they
under
hit
500.
300,
Yeah.
you know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they're wrong 7 times. They're still good.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's see, because we promised you exclusive content. We'll have to give you this. Sorry, I'm just timing something out. Okay, I think we'll be all right. Coming up between now and the August primary, we're going to bring in a number of candidates who are running for office in Berrien County. We may expand to other counties. We'll see how this first bit goes to see how many people are coming in. But we are going to bring some of the candidates who are in contested primaries, going to bring them in and ask them a few questions. And we'll do it during the 7 to 8 o'clock hour so we can do it on the live stream and have real good conversations. So there you go. That's your preview of some exclusive content coming up here on the WSJM Morning Show. We will bring you more local news in just a moment.
WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
And thanks again for those of you joining us on the video live stream. We will end that broadcast in just a moment. Brett waving goodbye. ABC News, local news coming up next.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Today marks 2 years since the U.S. Supreme Court made abortion illegal for millions.